When you look at the Brewers, Dan, in the Central, how do they stack up?
They're an interesting team that every year you look at them on paper and you go, I don't know about the pitching. Starting pitching, bullpen, Josh Hader. But every year they get into August and September. Last year, Yelich goes down and they have a knockout September. I look at this team, and you're taking a look at Josh Hader right now. This guy has been amazing. And the bullpen depth, I think having Corey Knebel back is going to be big. You have Brett Suter, a guy, a lefty that they'll use. He'll spot start. They'll use him in the bullpen. But I think when I look at the Brewers, they have one intriguing guy, Brendan Woodruff, at the top of that rotation. Man, this dude's what they look like. He had a big home run in the postseason off of Clayton Kershaw. Yeah. He's a big, strong guy. He had an issue last year coming down the stretch. They had to put him on the shelf for a couple of weeks. He's what they look like, friend. Big opposing guy, and he's figuring out. I love his demeanor. He has that good starting pitcher, kind of the low heartbeat, good power fastball. His changeup has gotten better. His breaking stuff is good. This is a guy that in a short spurt, it wouldn't surprise me if he ends up a year having some kind of a low 2 ERA. If he's ready and sharp, he could take advantage. And another guy that intrigues me is Adrian Hauser, another big righty that's bounced around, rotation, go back to the bullpen, big power arm. Somehow, some way, Craig Counsell and this organization, they figure things out on the fly. Expect them to be in the mix.
I'm going to add to what you're talking about. And I think that when you look at the Milwaukee Brewers, David Stearns and the moves that he makes, Craig Counsell, I think, is one of the best managers in the game already. But Stearns this year, the last couple of years, they've gotten a lot of production out of first base, right? From Eric Thames to Jesus Aguilar. And this year they go out and get Justin Smoak. Justin Smoak can rake. And the one thing about Milwaukee, I don't know if you guys agree or disagree, seems like every hitter that gets there has an uptick. You know, the ball flies out of there. They hit home runs. You know, you got the two great Kane and Yelich at the top of that lineup. You know, they just have with Justin Smoak, I think there's going to be uptick there. Also, Avisail Garcia, always waiting for him to really go. And because of all that young talent that they have in Chicago, he was expendable. He's come over here, and I think you're going to see an uptick in power for him also. So their lineup remains, I think, strong, and they get the most out of their talent, and I think they will again this year, and they are going to be one of the favorites in the NL Central.
Right, and Dan, that's the thing, because when you think about Milwaukee, you think, oh, they don't have the big budget, they can't go out there and sign the huge free agent, but it doesn't mean that they're not busy, as you mentioned with David Stearns and the job he's done. I mean, Garcia's a great pickup. Smoak is a great pickup. If these guys hit, it's big production for not big bank.
You go back 2 years ago and the way Stearns, the way he operates, right? We thought, wow, they're going to bolster their pitching. No, they did the opposite. They figured their bullpen was good, so let's add some offense. They acquired Mike Moustakas, and I remember thinking, what do you need Moustakas for? Well, they figured out, hey, listen, the more leads we have going into the 7th and the 8th inning, we're going to win those games. So let's score some runs. And it was totally opposite thinking. And I remember when they acquired Moustakas, who I love as a player, and he's going to be big for the Reds this year. I thought, really, do they need another bat? It proved to be the right thing.
And also, I mean, I don't want to shortchange Omar Narvaez, who had 22 homers a year ago with the Mariners. So you mentioned Knebel's coming back, and so it just lengthens out that bullpen. Let's take a bigger look here at the NL Central. Moustakas is going to be with the Reds. I don't know about you, Ron, but I think, and this is according to FanGraphs here.
We're doing projected already?
Yeah, absolutely. No, we have to. That's what we do, Ron. But I think the Central is going to be a fascinating division because obviously everyone's going to be trying to get off to a really good start. But I think there are some really good teams in the NL Central.
You know, I think this is much like the NL East, too. I think you have 4 teams that are going to really battle it out. And either, you can make a case for any of those teams in the NL East or an NL Central to be the #1 team. So it's going to be close, and it's going to be a dog race. It's going to be fun to watch.
I think the one player that's going to have an impact in that division, Craig Kimbrell. If he can solidify things and get back to being the pitcher he was with the Braves and the Red Sox, he was on the fly last year. He basically had like 10 days to get ready, and he was shoved right into a season in July. This guy is ready. He's going to settle that bullpen down. He'll be big for the Cubs.
Another team I know you like. Watch out for the Cincinnati Reds.
Oh, man, I'm all over the Reds.
They got a lot.
They don't pay me, but, boy, I'm talking a lot about them.
Maybe they will.
I know.